submit latest mod in the assignment folder. Last week I think I already opened up by this week you guys should submit the second model. Is so-called model must be complete, but what I mean is the detail, your section, your schedule, all these things, because we are still teaching, so it's okay. At least you have a model up. The basic model that you create based on the architectural model, also called the link model. Yeah, I believe I opened a folder, right? Don't tell me I didn't. And please do not submit wrongly. This is important. Because I think I got a few feedback is some students submit the wrong folder. Oh yes, 24. All right. I only see how many? 14 submission here. Ha! Oh my goodness. Nobody submit only 14 Some is not my class, it's okay. Or let me double check. Okay. Siyi, Yu Guang never submit Jun An, Zhifeng, who else? A handful
Teacher, I submit to your
email,
email.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. At least from the Moodle point of view, some of you guys did not submit. You submit to my email, okay, at least I receive. But at least from here, for those that, let's say, which are the other class, CE. CE, we have 11 of you, but only 5 submitted. Cross Ming, which folder? Ming Rui, Gen Chen, Sai, Yan Jie, still handful Yao Hui also. Why? 5 days, 10 hours already. This is the folder. See, for attendance is attendance, but if your submission, you guys should go to the class. You see Bernard, and it's under assignment 2 here. This is your submission folder, which is here. Yeah, that's why I plan together with the lesson we cover. Yeah, of course. 21st is still got a few more weeks. Then I will open again. Don't worry, because this is the one that the model you need to submit first. At least better than last minute you don't get submitted. Your 21, as I say, is a later. It's like 3 weeks from now, so it's still not set up yet. Yeah, what I mean is last week I mentioned the model you create from your link Revit Aki. You guys need to submit first. Okay. So remember that don't keep forgetting. Okay. Yes, you might have a chance to submit at on 21st next month. That's a final. If you don't submit, then don't say just send to my email. As I said before, I normally try not to accept via email. Okay. Unless you got special reason. If not, please try to remember. I can don't entertain email. All right, because nowadays BCA, especially last week, they already very particular about all this online thing. I just get the news 2 days back. All right, they are actually checking even let's say teachers teaching the video submission. Is it do following the so-called proper so-called what like when when you do Zoom training, you must have a tracking record or lesson conduct. Then must upload is to keep track. Is the lesson properly conducted or this and that. Okay, yeah. So submission they got to keep track also because they try not to have so not say try lah, minimize the complication or misunderstanding kind of thing. Because to be fair to everyone, you submit via Moodle, late or not, is students because the date already mentioned. Then if you submit via email, unless the lecturer says so or the Moodle site is down. If not, you guys have to submit through Moodle. Okay, which is they use that as you know what call it a platform lah for submission. Like today, 6 to 12 evening, there will be a maintenance for this Moodle, so you guys will not be able to access. Hopefully, this does not affect our recording. And I'm scared about the Zoom recording recently. A bit kind of slow and it does lost some of the video. Yeah. Hold on, give me a minute. The video file size we submit or upload to Moodle also cannot be too big. You actually slow down the Moodle performance. Yeah. Okay, that's why I can see that why around 45 minutes to an hour I need to stop and record again. Okay, so hope that you guys understand and please really go through. If you're not still not sure, either you ask me or go through the video from the class lesson. Yeah. Okay. So any questions? All good? Hold on. 燕姐点 mark your attendance. 燕姐 you're from CE or DA? DA. No, CE. Okay. Try not to have any late tenants because if not, they'll debar you from your tests. Yeah, all this as evidence is quite dangerous, huh? Okay. So I believe your model you have all the what do you call it? Your railing created, all right. Actually, all this I believe should be able to copy and paste once you get it right. All right, so should not be a problem. Anyone have any issue on creating this? Let's say you want to have certain height, because no point you have this column at the top, in the sense that after you insert the railing, you should not have any column extend further above the railing. It should be a roughly same height. So how you going to control that? So you got to adjust accordingly. All right. Those that are flat one, of course, you maybe just extend from the bottom column. Yeah. Okay. Here they are overlapping is okay, but the top piece, this one you just extend. Huh? Then make it easier. Here got gap is normal, so leave it. Okay. On top will be your collar and beam, so quite straightforward. Here also have beam, and please add all whatever railing, then more or less is completed already. Okay, so that is one by your model submission. And of course, the last 1-2 lesson I did add some detail, right? Is when you for cut sectioning. Okay, now we still going to elaborate that section also, because there's a tools here that I would like to talk about that also. Ready? If okay, let's go in. Now, you'll notice, or I believe for those DA also, is how easily you can create a section, correct? Now, in Revit, especially for constructions and MEP, sometimes why I say important, because if you notice under the View tab, creating section is not difficult, all right? And you can see that in 3D view, we can't do anything. So let's go back to the first story. Then this is the section that week I showed show it to you guys, and you can do adjustment and so on. Now, you notice for Aki, when you do section or the model that you guys create, all right, to BCA for approval, all right, they can't have a mixture of so-called like CAD model or 2D drawing, whether from SketchUp lah, not say Sketch lah, maybe MicroStation as output as the DWG, or from AutoCAD, or from something as long as 2D. Because if you submit for Revit, they will only, there can be only two format, RVT and RFA. Okay, if you using Bentley, Bentley of course is DGN. That means your format is all DGN and their own proprietary format. All right, yeah. So that's like ArchiCAD and so on, which is you guys haven't learned yet. I think for your year 2, I believe you should be learning your ArchiCAD for the DEA discipline. Yeah. CE, you only learn structure, and maybe I believe some calculation software. All right. Have time, I can show you a bit, which is I learned a bit from my class. So, but a lot of main con or structure draw or structure, which is they want to say, okay, what happened if last time all my 2D section detail, you know that day when we create the rebar, all this, you know that when working next time, you are able to export additional file from here to AutoCAD to do all the detailing. They call it structural detailing. Nowadays, they change it to so-called advanced steel. That means purely to do the structural detailing. Oh, so if you happen to go to company doing all this, they have Revit and AutoCAD tools. All right. For Revit, we call them as Revit architecture, as you guys know, for those DEA. Then those that have doing AutoCAD, they have what they call AutoCAD architecture desktop. For those doing Revit MEP, what happen if for 2D it's called AutoCAD MEP. Same thing. You have Revit structure, then we have AutoCAD structural detailing. Some they might not call it now for this old name. They might change the term called advanced view. So the company that purchased the software suite will kind of all this. So you can see they have a CAD base and model base. So model base is for those create for BIM submission, for structural, for detailing, for MEP. Some of them might still use AutoCAD because AutoCAD detail is still the fastest and the more accurate. So I believe you guys already learned AutoCAD, right? Make sure you must harness your AutoCAD skill. Meaning, what is harness? Try to upgrade it, stabilize it, understand as much as possible. Don't just say you learn already, you ignore. You go internship next time if you happen to go into main construction structure, all right, as an intern. Your basic skill is still AutoCAD. You still need. Okay, so a lot of things actually they are all related. Although yes, AutoCAD might not be a BIM software for now. In future, you never know. But for main con, because they need to create 2D detail for the site guy, all right, to do the assemble, to do the dimensioning, so they can follow as on a 2D. All right, that is always rushing for detailing when you are attached to site condition. Okay, so take note that. Oh, that's important. So what I'm going to show you here, which is under the view tab. Now, when you cut a section or when you are creating a call out, the day we haven't create call out, we only cut section, correct? So even what you call your beam section is part of a view section, which is a smaller portion. Then if you are creating as a detail, we call it as a call out. AutoCAD terms, we call them as enlarged view for detailing. All right. So if I open the beam section, which is, come on, yeah, okay. Here, you can enlarge a view to see some add-on for surrounding and so on. But if you are focused purely on this part, let's say for the site guy to say, okay, how many rebar, horizontal rebar required, how many stirrup required, whether it's 2D, 3D, the arrangement, the dimension, all this you can create from AutoCAD or from Revit here, you export out. Okay, but for certain cases, you might say, okay, my AutoCAD, whether it's a section view, a call out view that I already have, I just want to recycle, reuse back. Okay, when you get your section tools, you notice there's a function called reference other view. What is this reference other view means? You look at the tips here. It says adds a reference to a relevant existing view or allows you to create and reference a drafting view. So anything on drafting view is basically a pure 2D line work. It can be a CAD, it can be from SketchUp, it can be from MicroStation, any 2D detail, which is you can find. All right, or recycle from previously we don't have BIM, but we have AutoCAD 2D. So we just reuse it. So for main con, all right, or for builder, normally detail they don't convert them to Revit RFA unless they have a what I call it time or people can help them to convert. If not, they just simply use it because here they need not to submit to BCA for approval. So they can just recycle back old existing detail with the updated dimension that suit the current project. Okay, so this is the trick that is here. All right, so as modeler, if happen for some of you guys who as a modeler, you need to understand these features also. Okay, so it says scroll down the list of view or enter the keyword to search for view in the list. So new drafting view to create a new drafting view. So you can see that section you can create. That means the building section can be a view section. As for call out, then you notice that if I select call out, they also have this reference other view. Okay, that means they can have that feature. Okay, you guys want to give it a try? Let me show you how it works. So at least you understand. Okay, now first thing first, we will need to have a CAD view for that kind of detail. Let me see whether I can find it on my laptop here. Huh? I used to have at times. I just need to know where are they located. I've been using. Sometimes I could just misplace them. Structure. Hopefully, I have something here. Training files. Okay. Look at large icon. I have so-called, let's say, footing section detail. I have a pile cap detail. Okay, hold on. Let me try to open a pile cap drawing. AutoCAD launcher. I do have AutoCAD, man? I think I have one. Other option. No. More apps. That's kind of weird. Okay, try this. Hopefully they can. Oh yeah, it's AutoCAD 21. Give me a minute. It launched on the other screen. Okay, you see something like this? This is purely a CAD file. See or not? With the rebar, no, in here and there. AutoCAD, they might use this style of presentation. All right, like that. So if your Revit model doesn't have this, but your existing CAD file you have it, no, then you maybe already so-called modified, updated already, but how to link on into our Revit here for structure usage. Okay, so you guys want to have this file for testing? If you want, I can upload to the Moodle now so that you guys can also follow me. What am I doing? Yes or no? Hmm? No response. No response means no. No means I only show it to you guys on lesson here lah. Okay since no response. Okay, so how I'm going to do now? Very simple. First of all, I will need to create a drafting view. All right, like this. So drafting view can be get from here. Okay, so select the tools here and give a name. Let's say I call it Power Cap Detail. Okay, like this. The scale, we can adjust it later. Default, they always give you 1:10 because enlarged view, so detailing. So just call it Power Cap Detail. Or if you're not sure, you can give a random name first, then you rename after you get it right. So I pick OK, and you will notice that they will create a family type called drafting view, and is here, and it opens up. So anything that you add here is purely 2D. So you can add any cat drawing here or any detail from detail section of Revit, which is under annotate. Then the panel says detail. All right. After that, where? Region, nothing. Component, this tool is called detail component. When you get detail component, what you created here, you draw, you edit, is basically 2D only. Yeah, 2D. Okay, not more, not less, 2D. So currently default, only these minimum things are added. You can go to load family and see what type of detail you need. Now, during training or during school works, you might not so-called collect all this detailed information and so on. Now, all those detail default given by Autodesk, whether it's under uh, PRC, US, and so on, you should take note. The folder name is called detail item. So you go to detail item, you see that we have annotation. You have all those things that related not just for structure, for Archi, for MEP, for these three discipline. You can find it from here. This is their collection. So things that are added here is purely 2D. So it's something like Lego also. You can start to mix and match them if you know what item you want. So for instance, let's say we're talking about your beam. Rebar here, I don't think we have here because you can build it manually. But let's say certain other stuff detail. Okay, maybe talk about stones. Let's say your wall. Archi, you might like to have a glass block. All right, then structure, you might like to have a brick or block wall or stone, depends. And from here, you right click, change your view to large icon. You can see all this detail. See that? These are purely 2D. And they have parameters to adjust the size, the height, and so on. Okay, this is when you can get from Revit itself. Of course, you need to understand or go through the details section or the detail item. See what are thing you want. Find them. Then you start to load. Okay, so this is one part that you can get from the Revit detail item. The one that I'm going to show you guys, which is already so-called for Revit, I mean for a company which is they already have 2D detail. How can they use into Revit here? So I already create the drafting view called PowerCap Detail. The second step is you go to Insert, then you go to Import CAD. So Import CAD, you select, you notice that you can have a lot of different format. So depends, those company in construction, they can have detail from micro station, they can detail from exchange format, which is DXF. You can have uh, SketchUp file or Rhino files. You know what is Rhino now? In BIM, I think Aki, for those learning Revit Aki, or you guys want to be a designer or conceptual Aki kind of thing, you must learn Rhino. I'm learning this now, my class, which is at least they teach us the fundamental stuff, how to apply Rhino. Okay. And also, I think for DEA, you guys also will learn Dynamo in your third year, which is if you want to be an architect or conceptual architect. Rhino basically create nerve. That means what? Free form curve. All right. And they are using Grasshopper. In Revit, we call them Dynamo. It's two different software. Of course, if Revit, you have Dynamo, but it's I heard lah, Dynamo is a bit slow, not that kind of fast. Yeah. Uh, Rhino's version 7, the Grasshopper is incorporated inside. If you are using Rhino older version, it's a separate installation. Then I think there is a beta version, which is you can download from the Rhino website. It's something like Rhino inside Revit. Okay, you guys, if you want to download and give it a trial, you can have a, I think, license for 90 days, 3 months, but don't do it now. I would suggest that you do it when you guys are having your class in future. So don't waste that kind of chance. Unless you say you want to give it a try on learning, it's fine. Okay? Yeah. So for Aki, I would say that in future, hopefully when you guys come to second, third year, hopefully the beta testing is over because now is I think it's under beta testing. Yeah. Because I noticed that BIM transform into another level. Yeah, that means they want it to be more on the programming side, not just on drafting. Okay, yeah, it can be done. It's just that how complex. So BCA, the authority, they are looking at this. I think they also have two courses on this also. This is what I was told lah. So it's up to you guys. You are interested, not just stays here, stay put. Okay. Yeah, you may want to pick up the courses. Okay, so sorry, come back to here. All right, so make sure these are one of the format. Must be 2D, of course, not 3D. So for us, I have a CAD file. So I'm going to look for my CAD file. So I'm going to browse it to my hold on, Academy structure. A. Training files. I'm looking for my PowerCAD detail one. Let's say so only current view fine. I want this to be black and white. And all these things for detailing not important. Whether it's ground level, whatever, doesn't matter. It's just the 2D flat drawing. Okay, so just open. And zoom extend is already here. And as you know, this is the CAD file. Whether a pin or not, you can explode also if you like to add your dimension from Revit. Okay, there's no stopping you, don't worry. So currently, let's say I don't want to do anything, I just want to link it as a file for detail. Now, once you have done, then you can close your drafting view. Now, the interesting part that is This model might not have PowerCAD, but assume that I have it. So where can I get this PowerCAD detail or PowerCAD blow-up? Since just now you guys looking at the view, it's more like a side view, right? That means a front view for this section here. So you can go to any of the elevation view. Let's say I take it from the south, which is more like front here. So assume, let's say I have a power cap here, okay, supporting the ramp. Yeah. So how you get the view out? Ready? The view tab. Either you select section or call out, but of course depends the detail view that you are creating lah. Currently, I'm creating a call out view, but the step is the same. Once you get your tools, you don't generate the view first. No, you should link first. All right. Reference are the view you check on. After that, select your view, which is already created. It's called PowerCAD detail. So I just select this drafting view, PowerCAD detail. Once selected, you pick a point, maybe from here to here, assuming that this area is my PowerCAD detail I like to show. Then from here, you can adjust. I believe you notice something different, right? Which is the naming. Oops, hold on. Let me adjust this proper first. Yeah. You see here, what do you say? SIM. If a normal section that you create from Revit, whether it's detail or PowerCAD, you can see, I mean, the call-out view. Let me show one more time. This is purely for Revit itself. Okay, zoom in. Notice the difference. Basically, they are okay. Basically, you can see the outline is the same, but this guy got another excuse me text here. So if I double click the bubble, you go into the detail here, enlarge view. For mine here, SIM means similar. Similar means what? Similar to the view that you create from drafting view. So double click, straight away it open up the CAD link file from the drafting view. Okay, so for any user that you need to link a non-associate view, this is how you do it. That means you reuse your CAD detail or recycle your CAD detail into construction. As I say, not for Archi, it's for construction. Archi, we are not allowed to do like this when your file create for submission. Okay, questions? If okay, let me stop the recording. I think it's been more than that. Hey, why did I stop sharing? Wrong click. Sorry. Stop recording.